those rules do not apply to you. As a child of God, those rules do not apply to you. Why? Because the first will be last and the last will be first. Many are called, few are chosen. So those rules do not apply to you. In 2022, God told me that I would be moving from city to city in the year of 2024. December of 2022, God told me to go to a particular neighborhood and to pray. He told me to just pray in that neighborhood. It didn't make any sense, but that's what I did. 2023 was probably one of my most trying and faithless years. I was pregnant at the time, and my credit was shot. Like, my money was shot, my faith was shot, my everything was like just toe up. Like, I was just over it. It was a really, really hard and trying year for me, right? But now it's 2024, and I said, you know what? I'm supposed to be moving. And I said, even through all my tests and trials, I said, I'm moving. I know that I'm moving because I know what God said. At this point, I've already had my daughter. She was born in November of 2023. And now cut to, we're in the month of May, and I've already put my 30-day notice in with my current apartment. And I'm like, I'm gonna have to move. And I know that God is telling me to move. This day, I had been applying to so many places at that point, and I was getting denied left and right. And my credit, like I said, it was trash. It was not good. Y'all, the reason why I have to come up here and speak this message, or just to share this testimony rather, is because God just works in such a mysterious way. But the same day that I'm going to go to this place that I had never been to before, I didn't even know that it was in, the city that I'm in now. I thought I had looked at just about every single last apartment, and I just couldn't find nothing. I couldn't get approved for nothing. And I've been on the phone with this property manager speaking, left and right the whole time. And I'm telling her, I'm like, I'm not going to be there by the time that, y'all closed or whatever. But I had faith, or before y'all closed, but I had faith, and I said, you know what? I'm going to still go here, and whatever happens, happens, because I need a place to stay at. I need a place to live and move into. And as I'm driving there, it is pouring down raining. I got my baby in the back. She's not even close to being a year old. I got her in the back seat. It's pouring down raining, and I'm just start praying so hard. And I'm like, God, I was like, please, calm down this rain, because I'm just trying to get there safely. Now, when I gets to start praying, that's when things start to moving and shaking. So I start to pray, and I said, God, if you could just release the keys. I said, if you could just release the keys for me. And then I began to change my language, and I said, I believe that the keys are being released right now. They're being released right now to me, and I'm going to be moving into this place. Y'all, I kid you not, when I finally get there, I prayed for about 45 minutes to an hour. The distance was about an hour and 30 minutes, so I was praying for a long time. By the time I finally get to the property manager building place, the woman, the owner, she looks at me, and she has the keys in her hand, and she says, we normally don't do this. She said, but for you, we will. She said, you can go and look at that apartment. And I'm like, what? The keys that I was praying for, she had released them to me. Cut to, that ended up being the place that I moved into. Y'all, when I tell you God shot my credit up, I'm being transparent with y'all, it was in like the low 500s. And right before I had applied to that place, like I said, it was in the low 500s right beforehand. Collections that still should be up there still right now were just removed. They were removed. My credit shot up to about 100 plus points, and I was able to move into that home or this apartment. As soon as I got in, I'm like, I love it. Like, I know this is a place for me. God just knows how to do things. And that's why I say it doesn't apply to you. The rules of what man say, they may have it on their forms and on their papers, but if you stand on what God said to you, and you know that God told you to do a thing, then don't worry about what the outside circumstance look like. Know that what God said is going to happen, is going to come to pass. It's not going to look like your ordinary way, but it's going to be God. That's the beauty of it all. And God truly shined a light on me, on that whole entire situation. And had I had not moved, I'd always think this now that I'm in, it's almost been a year. And had I had not moved, the things that I had been praying for would have never happened, because where I was at, the grace had ran out. I had people, like I had a woman, she called the cops on me, and I don't even deal with the law like that. Like, I don't be in no type of trouble. I mind my business. She called the cops on me because my baby was crying. I was newly in postpartum. I fell asleep. I didn't know that she was still crying. And she called the cops on me. Cops were still coming over to the house. Like, it was a lot going on. But God kept me through that. But he showed me, he's like, look, the grace is running out here, and you're going to have to leave. I don't ever want to be stuck in a place where God has already left. And God left for me in that particular city, and he had to move me and shift me somewhere else. And I know it didn't probably make a lot of sense to a lot of people. Why is she moving there? Why is she moving there? I don't give a dag on who it made sense to or not. It made sense to me because I knew what God said. I was packing long before I had the money. I was packing up my stuff, me and my baby stuff, long before my credit was good. Like I said, I didn't have no money. My lease was about to be up at my old place, and I was packing by faith. Why? Because I knew what my God said. So please, if you don't take nothing from this, I need you to take that it don't apply to you. Whatever it is that God tells you to do, even based off your circumstance, stop worrying about your circumstance. Focus on what God said. And know that those little rules, they just don't apply to you.